He's heartless, he's menacing because he knows he has a lot of power, but he has a lot of heart because he looks at like the other character Farhad.
Nevertheless, even on smaller screen, this movie has got enough pace and enough jaw-dropping action and a lot of heart.
And after shooting, we had such great fun in Bangkok. We used to play a lot of football, swimming, gymming together.
So, pleasure having you guys on Bollywood Hungama. I've seen the film, really entertaining film. My first question to you is, Randeep, is that such a big film for you. I'm sure that you would have loved to see it on a big screen.
Well, this was never meant for the big screen. It was always a Netflix movie, and it's going to come out on Netflix. After I also saw the movie, and even while making it, I felt that, this would be so great to see it on the big screen, and it would really blow people away on the big screen. But nevertheless, even on smaller screen, this movie has got enough pace and enough jaw-dropping action and a lot of heart to keep you engaged.
Yeah.
And it's not an issue where you see it. Just the music, the visuals, the production quality, the performances. I think they're all right there. There'll be no less. But yeah, big screen would have been great. That's why we joined cinema.
Okay,
when we joined cinema, the other screen wasn't there.
Of course. All right. So, Rudhraksh, I'm sure that it must have been an amazing experience for you having a pivotal role in the film. Tell us about the experience, especially those moments with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, so when I got to know that I'd be working with such a talented actor, Chris Hemsworth, so first of all, I couldn't believe my luck, and my excitement's bound. Because when I told my mom about this, she was really very excited for the film. And when I met Christopher the first day, I was starstruck. He's super fit, handsome, and the first thing that my eyes went on was his muscles. That's obvious. And I feel my experience working with him has been a very good learning experience for me. I got to take back a lot from Chris sir. As majority of my scenes were with Chris sir, he taught me the art of dialogue delivery, voice modulation, pausing between the lines, and he also helped me during my action sequences. And he coined a few nicknames also for me, like Rudy Rooster's legend. And after shooting, we had such great fun in Bangkok. We used to play a lot of football, swimming, gymming together. And yeah, we had a lot of readings also in Ahmedabad before we started shooting. So that readings helped me understand the intricacies and the emotionally challenging aspect of our characters. And from there, our friendship bond just started. And yeah, we discussed a lot about our character, about the film, about our personal life. And yeah, it was great. I will always cherish working with him.
I'm sure you must have had a lot to tell him about your personal life.
Yeah. I showed him. Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's like the previous work I showed it to him about few advertisements. Yeah, everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, everything.
He's pulling a leg,
All right,
Rudy.
Priyanshu.
I know. He's talking about my relation too.
Priyanshu, you came to our office post Bhavesh Joshi, and I was thrilled to see you in this film. I think you totally deserve this canvas because you're a terrific talent. Playing this bad guy who's absolutely menacing and heartless, and still there's this story that is going on with one of the henchmen, the budding henchman. How was your experience like?
I've been saying everywhere, I was so surprised that I've got a Russo Brothers film that I kept checking again and again whether it's the same Russo Brothers who made Avengers. I kept checking, it is the one with, okay, I'm the guy playing the antagonist, I'm the guy again opposite Chris Hemsworth, the extraction is happening. And then when I was told this is the character, this is the mafia who's, like the prince, I think first I couldn't believe it for some time, but the second thought was, oh my god, I need to up my game. This is my first Hollywood film. There's such big, beautiful actors in the film where now I'll have to also prove myself. I'll have to, do really good part and play this guy very, very convincingly. And so when I met Sam, the kind of work we went into, we kind of made a background about this guy, Amir Asif. how he wears, how he walks, how he talks and commands. And I think there's a certain background story we made, like maybe everything he's learned from his father, maybe the extraction was done to take a revenge for his father. That's why he's emotionally, dealing with this kind of big mission. That's why he wants the whole Dhaka to be shut down. And if you, I don't think he's heartless. He's menacing because he knows he has a lot of power, but he has a lot of heart because he looks at, like the other character Farhad, he looks at these kids and he can see himself, in those guys. So I think that everybody has a very good meaty role, which is what I really like about this film. It's got great action, but all of us have so much to do emotionally as well. And just for me, just being there as an antagonist for my first international debut, I couldn't have asked for anything else. This was the best thing to happen.
Right. So Randeep, you have some really crucial scenes. I'm sure that we talked about, and so you mentioned about the heart part in the beginning, and you have certain crucial scenes in the film, but which involves the emotional element and especially involving your family. Do you feel that they must have been quite satisfying as an actor?
Yeah, I don't know how much satisfaction one really feels when one sees it, or there's always something more that you could have done or you would have done, but one has to move on from that. But yeah, it's a good layered part, and it was written in that sense. The journey from the beginning to the end, the difference in the character that was very deliberately thought about. But what I had not done earlier was these hand-to-hand, real combat moves and handling all these guns and doing all those. So those were really something which I cherished a lot. Drama I had done before as well, and those new things that you learned, the amount of rehearsals and the sweat and the grit that went into doing it, that really gave me a lot of help, and that was something which I will take away from this film as a new skill learned, and hopefully do more action. And action's fun.
Right, and you also have this. The action is somewhat Korean, from what I understand. What you see in Korean movies, maybe, or like Chinese movies. So, and there are moments when you look like that as well.
Well, that just came about because the samurai-ish feel is there to it, and so that came about from discussing westerns, Sergio Leone films, and then somewhere I think we went to Sergio Leone's inspiration, which was more Akira Kurosawa characters and that kind of a look, and also that there is a changeover. So all those things combined, I mean, we had the best people in the world, from Oscar winner Damien doing my prosthetics, and people from Game of Thrones, from other big shows, Apocalypto, which was the Mel Gibson movie. So the people who did the makeup for all those tribal people there. So there was a very talented team that came about, and finally they all came to this conclusion that, this is the way to go. The kind of detail they put into it, it was really turned out very well.